the legislature this year, the 0.35% comes to about $220 per teacher,
Yep.
whereas the last couple of years has been like $1,000.
Mhm.
It's kind of the wrong message to send to anybody who might want a job in this district, that it's going to be a hard slog trying to get a decent pay raise.
Yeah, one of the things that we are constantly trying to do is take a look at, and this is what the board right now has asked us to do, take a look at all new revenue and take a look at the potential of any one-time revenue sources and take a look at how can we give ongoing salary and benefit raises with any ongoing revenue we have. Also make sure we can cover our fixed cost increases, but then also take a look at how can we take any kind of one-time revenues that we have and then utilize those in one-time ways. And so we're going to try to work within our limits to put together hopefully a salary package that will continue to move our teachers forward. It's still woefully not adequate, as we'll be able to show. We have some real statistics. I hope that we continue to have a larger discussion in the state as we start into budget cycles in the legislative session for next time on, what does the data really tell us about teacher salaries and where do we need to strategically invest some real big dollars so that we don't continue to potentially lose some of the best teacher candidates and then de-incentivize those really good students that are in school to not want to be teachers because they don't see it as something that's a financially viable profession. And so I think at the local school district level, we have to work with working conditions, we have to work with our salary and benefit packages, we have to work in our budgets to try to do the best that we can, but we'll also need more help, and we'll continue to want to be at the dialogue with the governor and with the legislature and those people that make those decisions to see if we can get as many resources garnered for that as possible.
Okay, we talk about working with them. It's one of those things that it's always been hard. Last place, always last place, so second to last place. And this year, the legislature had a lot of extra money, and they gave the teachers less.
Yeah.
What kind of a message is that?
I think that we have to continuously find out, where it is that the disconnect is happening as to the data and where the allocation of resources are. I know the legislature is no different than me, no different than the school board. We're taking a look at so many resources. There's so many different ways that they can skin, those resources into many different ways. I think we have to come up with publicly a real message with some really good data, which I don't think we've gotten there yet. I think we've thrown a little bit at it, but we have to get people to realize it is specifically a critical issue. Every time I talk about increasing teacher salaries, I get a lot of criticism, because there's a lot of people say, well, I don't make that much money, and why should they? And I keep going back, well, we are an industry that we have to compete at a regional level. We'll see teachers that will leave our district to go to Wyoming, for example, where they pay more. And if we really want the best educational system, we'll have to take a look at talking about what does that look like about dedicating resources to where we can make the biggest bang for the buck, and that is probably making sure that our people have competitive salary and benefit packages so they'll stay here, and then also make sure that we recruit the best people out of college, that they want to pick teaching as a profession because they see it as a financially viable option for them in the future.